What can we tell? You can guide us. You can give us a guided process.
Basically, tell us the process is coming to a close. Are you satisfied with the process so far, with the results? I think that will be announced shortly.
Personally, as the sitting senator of Bomet, but I want to say that we normally say philosophically the process justified, and if the process is rotten, the product automatically will be rotten. So with me, I expect to be declared as the senator of Bomet. I don't expect anything contrary to that. Despite the most challenges that we face, all over, if you go all over here in Bomet, there are ballot papers all over. And this is a sign that people really made an effort to still vote for various candidates that were taking place in this process. So I would like to say that I'm waiting to be declared the winner. Already it is all over. All the private tallying centers, despite a lot of irregularities, all over, I've seen that I've won. Anything otherwise to that will attract something that I'm sure some people might not be happy about it. Because democratic process in election is utmost. It's always very important. So I say this without fear of contradiction, that any results that will be announced that will reflect otherwise, with me, I will not accept it. And I want to say that I will not accept anything. Because one, yesterday night we went round. I was in a polling station which intentionally delayed results up to 4 a.m. That was Chebole. And those who voted for governor are 622. For women rep, 622. But for the Senate, 1,000 voters. I couldn't imagine somebody going to pick a particular person to vote for only one person. So the process was delayed. We found people no longer voting, but some individuals were marking papers for some individuals. Today, this was very clearly evident in Kablon. My chief agent was beaten and chased out of the tallying center. When he called me, I went there. I found him bleeding, been beaten, because he just wanted to show otherwise that the results that we were expecting in station what has been tampered with. So he was chased away. And when I went there personally, I requested with total humility, I hope you were there, for some stations to be re-examined. But what happened? The police and some goons who had been organized fought me, took my shirt, and chased me out. One of them told me they had nomination certificate 1 month ago. So I went out and everybody heard that. So I want to say, with me, I'm expecting to be declared the winner. And anything contrary to that, I will not accept it. Thank you very much. Nataka kusema mimi ninasema ya kwamba inajulikana kila mahali. Tulikuwa na private tallying Yeah. Private tallying places. And even the fault that my friend got it. Ile nini, kura huyu alipata. Kuna shida mingi. Kuna penye inaitwa Chamburi. Penye nilikuwa nimepata 450. Kenye results zimepigwa muhuri. Kufika kabzi mbili yangu ni 150. Huyu alikuwa amepata 200, kufika kabzi mbili ni 20. Sufuri imeondolewa. Sasa ndio nasema ya kwamba mimi ninasimama nikijua ya kwamba kura iliibwa, lakini gawaje waliiba, bado nina lead. Na kama wametoa hiyo ya mwisho, basi mimi sio nabii ya kutabiri kenye wanafikiria.
Unawafikia labda kusema madai yako, hofu yako, kwa maana kama kuna malalamishi ambayo
Malalamizi ndaweka hapo baada ya kuona results. Mimi nikiwa declared the winner, ngawaje kura zangu zimeibwa, mimi sina shida na familia, lakini ukiiba mpaka yote hiyo ziwezi.
Maybe what will Sossion have to say about the same issue, having in mind that you are one of the contestants?
Hello?
Yeah, I thank members of the media for being around to cover the nominations in Bomet, which indeed were very shambolic from the beginning. What starts bad will end bad. And though my counterpart is a bit cautious, but I think we all agreed that this process is shambolic. It does not respect the will of the people of Bomet. It does not at all. It started, number one, with two aspirants exclusively appointing returning officers and clerks, with the exclusion of the rest. Presiding officers and clerks. Presiding officers and clerks. Now, when two individuals in collusion with the CRO are given the leeway to appoint or they infiltrate the structures to appoint presiding officers and clerks, then your guess is as good as mine. The script was to doctor results of specific seats at the polling station. And indeed, it came to pass. If he was almost leaving a polling station naked, and he's the sitting senator, whom we must respect, even me, as much as I'm in a contest with him, I give him the right respect as the sitting senator. And if the sitting senator was stripped of his clothing, then your guess is as good as mine. Quite a number of our agents were chased out of the polling station to Dr. Tally. And if indeed in a polling station where we believe all other voters are voting for county seats, like the women rep, the total tallies for women rep is adding up to 600. And the total tallies for the seat of Senate is 1,100. Logical sense tells you that 500 votes was stuffed in that particular polling station. And this was replicated in all the polling stations. The information that my team has, and which I have, is that the most targeted seat for rigging was that of the Senate. That was the most targeted seat, the most targeted. And when the ballot papers were being handled at the very beginning, because we have this intelligence information, is that there was a blackout and the whole carton of ballot papers for Senate disappeared. You can count the number of ballot papers in a whole carton, what it amounts to. That is why you are seeing very strange numbers here, strange figures. And so, these elections in Bomet, particularly of this seat of Senate, and we've told the CRO, so that you don't ask me whether I've asked the NEB. When we are here, we are dealing with the county returning officer, not to proceed and pronounce results that are not acceptable to the people of Bomet. The people of Bomet must have their democratic right through one man, one vote to elect any leader of their choice. And the process must be foolproof. I'm sure you people of the media, you have seen ballot papers splattered all over polling stations everywhere, all over polling stations. And I always don't argue without facts. I have a ballot paper here. A ballot paper. This is not fake. It is real. Serial number SN 202 183 666, marked in favor of a candidate who seems to be getting strange numbers from the skies.
Exactly.
Hatutaki viongozi wa vifaranga ya wizi. And this was not about nominations. It's about business interests.
Yeah.
When you see the sitting governor chaperoning his own legal service officer to sit as governor,
As Senate.
and he sits as governor, and we know all what they've been doing. The most independent candidates in this race, that is I and Senator Langat, have been very easy target, and have been the most target for that matter. So when you look at these ballots, serial number I've read, the other ballot is SN 202 183 667, and these ballots are marked in favor of a particular candidate. At the end of this exercise, now we can give you the story. It started with the appointment of presiding officers and clerks. Why were we not involved?
Yeah.
And we know in other counties where aspirants have been allowed to team up together and agree on an acceptable way of getting impartial and independent POs and clerks, the aspirants participated. Why did some aspirants in Bomet, why were they allowed to appoint presiding officers and clerks secretly if the intention was not to steal? So, to me, it's obvious the outcome that they intend to announce. And the moment they intend to announce, they will be capsizing the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, automatically.
Yo.
No, we'll just read the city. They will be capsizing the ship. Because the people of Bomet will not accept a flawed process that will install thieves in their office.
Exactly.
Yes, this is all about business and selfish interest. And therefore, for me, I'm not premeditating. The process is already cooked. And in any process of standard democracy and party primaries all over the world, elections must be free, fair, and credible. But a situation where I get a ballot paper marked in favor of my opponent, and it is here, in favor of my opponent, and where I have credible information that a whole carton of ballot papers disappeared after an artificial blackout, and where numbers are not tallying, where Daktari, my good friend, the sitting senator, has even witnessed 600 ballots for the women rep.
Yeah.
But for the senator, the ballots 1,100. That tells you what it is. And so, for me, let it go public. I believe in fair play in any democratic process. It is not shortchanging Wilson Sossion. It is shortchanging the people of Bomet. And if this opportunity did not present a fair chance for the people of Bomet, then there will be another chance that will be presided over by another independent body.
Exactly.
And that is when we'll bury the thief. So this now marks the beginning of another struggle. A struggle that they will lead to regret. Whoever, if anybody at the NEB or within the structures of the party has promoted this undemocratic and primitive action of messing up with an electoral process that would in the ordinary eyes look good, but in proper analysis of data and facts is the most shambolic election, then they should bear the responsibility. For us who have been candidates, we expect fair play. And we raised this alarm from the beginning. Why was the CRO reluctant to meet us as key candidates?
We tried to meet.
Yeah, we tried. Engineer Musonic and Christopher and the rest said, yes, we want this process to be credible so that we avoid certain actions after this. So even if you handpick thousands of your personal supporters here, as we don't carry supporters, it's not necessary. But if we are to mobilize, we'll bring this down to a standstill. But for the sake of peace, certain things we are avoiding. Even if you bring 1,001 hecklers within this particular president to try and masquerade that you have some victory, it is going to be short-lived. Oh yes,
Short-lived.
Extremely short-lived. The people of Bomet, the voters, who number 373,000, will determine their senator on the 9th of August through an election that will be presided over by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they could not listen to us, a whole county returning officer cannot create an audience for a simple discussion. What is it that they're hiding? So whatever outcome with respect to the office of the senator, for me, I make it very clear right from the beginning. I shall decline, and I've instructed my chief agent not to sign the results. I'm not going to sign the results, and we are going to take drastic action. And now we are energized to move to the next level. Until just the people of Bomet get justice, and in that safari, we will be doing it together, very closely, jointly. And so we tell our supporters, don't be anxious. Don't. Yeah, it's not all. This was just but the beginning. Nominations. And nominations of a party. That party does not necessarily have power to destroy your right to elect the senator of your choice. I leave it at that. Now you're very clear. Unless you have questions on that.
Jana mkigua wa security mlikuwa wengi sana. Na mwenzenu mmoja bwana msanifu ana kama anazungumza na mmoja wa wale ambao mlikuwa mnashuku kwamba amehusika katika visa hivyo.
Nafikiri tumejipanga kikamilifu, mimi na ndugu yangu, sababu sisi tuna mambo kuhusu kiti ya Senate. Wale wengine pia Kama mtu ametosheka, siwezi jua kama
That's democratic right.
hivyo, ama kama mtu ametiwa na uhoga na ameenda, ama kama bado watatoa malalamishi. Lakini mimi na ndugu yangu tumesema sisi ndio tumetendewa uhasama katika kiti ya Senate. So sisi tunaongea kama wale walikuwa wanawania. Kama kwa polling station kura zangu ni 200, ikifika kwa tallying center inapunguka kwa hiyo.
Sure.
So yangu ilikuwa inapunguzwa na wengine wanaongezewa. Tukajua huyu Sossion ndiye analeta tishu, tupunguze tuongeze. Hata wapiga kura wanashangaa, hii hesabu tunaona ni nini? Tukijiona vile tumepiga vizuri. Kwa hivyo hii imekuwa kura ya aibu, kura ya aibu, wizi wa mchana, na haswa kuangalia hiyo ofisi ya oversight ya county. Sisi tunafanya biashara, hatutaki mtu wa sauti kubwa. Tufanye hesabu gani? Hiyo ndio hesabu. Hiyo ndio hesabu. That is
the business.
Nataka kufanya biashara na pesa ya Bomet, na tunaambia watu wa Bomet, sasa hii ni indicator kwamba hii ofisi yenu ya county kuna uchafu mwingi na lazima ifagiliwe, na wakati ni sasa na itafagiliwa na tutakuwa mstari ya mbele kwa hiyo vitu. Sasa mimi nimeanza vitu. Tumeanza sasa.
Inamaanisha kwamba mtu apeleka malalamiko hii kwa jaji kulingana na mazingira.
Tulikwisha peleka hapo mwanzoni. Sisi si watoto. Sisi si watoto ya kulialia saa yote. Tulitoa malalamishi juzi, hatukulala. Tulitafuta CRO, tukaja tukatafuta, tukaenda kwa tallying center tena, tukaona yale ilikuwa yanafanyika. Kuna ballot boxes zimejaa huko, lakini hakuna ballot papers. Mpaka wa leo hatujaambiwa habari iko wapi hiyo ballot papers. Tumekuwa hizi ballot papers, hii imekuwa pre-marked, iko na serial number. It's evident enough. One ballot is enough to nullify an entire election, because kama unaweza pata 2 ngapi zimeenda kwa every polling station, chances are and the strategy ilikuwa kwamba katika kila polling station watumbukize kura 10 kwa zile njia wamezipanga, na kweli wamezifanya. Naona polling station moja kuna kura haramu karibu 600. Hata sasa hivi wanajaribu kubala hesabu ingiani. Tumekaa tumesema okay, waacha wapige hesabu, sababu sisi tumerun parallel tallying centers yetu. Tumeona hesabu, tumeona haingiani. Hivi sisi hatukubali kazi.
Let me just ask, just to make it clear, what are your options? Is independent? And then yesterday I was at the tallying center, at Tenwek High School, and your supporters were chanting and saying that if this process is not fair, then they will invite us in to Bomet. Is that an option for you?
Kenya is a democracy. It's a democracy. The people decide what they want. This is not a banana republic. The people decide what they want. It's not a banana republic. And as aspirants who have been trusted by the people, and who have been running, we shall have a solution to this. Not necessarily to that direction, but definitely we have a solution. And a solution that these gamblers and thieves will regret about. We do.